Halloween is All Hallows Eve, when we have the dead returning to the realm of the living. Buddhists also had a day where ghosts return to the realm of the living. It's known as the Ghost Festival. So the origin of the Ghost Festival begins in China. The story goes that one of the Buddhist monks, his name is Mu Lian, he wanted to know what happened to his mom after she died. And so he goes searching through the entire cosmos, and he finally finds her in the underworld, where she was reborn as a hungry ghost. One of the primary ways that we can be reborn as hungry ghosts is by displaying greed and stinginess in our human lives. So the most common way that somebody might be reborn as a hungry ghost is that they refuse to give to the poor or to Buddhist monks, even though they have the money. You definitely would not want to be reborn as a hungry ghost. Hungry ghosts are most known for having really large, distended, bloated stomachs. And their throats, or sometimes their necks, are as narrow as the opening of an eye of a needle, which is a symbol of the state of starvation that they're in this state of constant torture and suffering. So Mu Lian finds his mom reborn as a hungry ghost, and he goes to the Buddha and he asks the Buddha, what can I do to help my mom? So the Buddha tells him to provide offerings on behalf of his mother to the community of monks, and to dedicate the good karma that arises from that offering on behalf of his mother. This is the kind of ritual that should be done on the 15th day of the 7th lunar month, which is this day where now all of the ghosts come up from the underworld to the land of the living in search of offerings from their descendants. And because these rituals were inherently connected to food and feeding them, there's a sense that if you don't do them, then your ancestors are going to be starving, or if you don't do them, then like you yourself in the afterlife are going to become this starving, hungry ghost. There's a couple reasons why we're really interested in these stories. So telling stories about ghosts, they might seem like really silly, but they're also ways of answering really intense questions about what happens to our loved ones after they die. Ghosts are in this really interesting category where they're both us and not us. This also helps in terms of thinking about the relationship between ghosts and forgotten humans. In a lot of stories, these ghosts kind of exist on the margins of society, presented as sort of like these liminal, impoverished figures. And there's a lot of Buddhists now who read these stories and they see in them metaphors for how we should be caring for humans who exist kind of on the fringes of our regular society.